This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
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 It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It is Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about.
We're talking about Manchester United.
Yes, people, welcome back to this channel. If you haven't done so yet, smash the like, subscribe, all that good stuff, yada yada yada. I'm sweating. It's a sweat. It's not even, you know what? Good thing is it's not really a sweat box. I've got my aircon thingy on, well, blowing good air, I suppose. So whatever. I've seen this all of a sudden, this Rudy Galletti stuff. I'm sorry, yeah, but I know he's been trying to jump the gun with this whole, Mbumo bid stuff recently, and I can't help but think this guy's just such a fraud. I'm not gonna lie. Like, at least be a decent outlet, or I don't know, like an aggregator of some sort, just anything. It's just I can't bring myself to believe this guy with anything that he says. He talks rubbish, man. Like, I'm pretty sure someone can make up a compilation. That's why I didn't want to even put that in a title. Why would I put that in a title? Oh, Man United make second bid for Mbumo. Yeah, right, whatever. Not happening, is it? But yeah, man. Everyone here, smash the likes. Try to do this as quick as possible if I can. But there's some good stuff. Some good stuff that's being said, but it's another link. This is what Man United fans been wanting. So here we are. You wanted this Douglas Luiz link. Apparently with his Sancho talks with Juventus, because the Napoli one's going to shut right down, right? That now we've been in discussion with a couple of their players, and I hope one of them is not that guy in terms of Vlahovic. When that guy stinks of arse and cheeks, he absolutely stinks. So I don't really want him coming over when he hasn't hit the heights over at Juventus with the amount of money, that he's on as well. And I've seen that he's willing to even take a pay cut. He's on some hefty wages, but it's like, wait, hold on. How much of a pay cut is this guy willing to really take? Even if it is to finalize a move. Apparently he's been linked with Forest, right? But for me, I look at that thinking, nah, not Vlahovic, because he's still going to want to command 200k. I think he's on like 300k per week or some bullshit like that. But 100, like, I wouldn't even, how about this? I wouldn't even want to put more. If he was to be that target, right? Yeah, I wouldn't even put him on more than 150. I'll be honest. I just don't. I don't like him. I just don't. He's not it. He's not it. He's not it. Not for me. He can't be the one that we discuss. Maybe they're trying to discuss to offload him. I know there's rumors around Juventus right now that trying to offload both these players, right? It's not unknown. So with him going the other way, maybe. Yeah, maybe. It could be a thing, might not be a thing. I wouldn't go anywhere near him. I don't think he's clinical enough. I think he's strong, but his link-up play is drastic. Has anyone actually watched a couple Juventus games? Even recently, go watch Club World Cup if you want. The guy's rubbish, man. Like, he's not the worst player in the world, but there's better out there. There's better out there. I'll rather him go somewhere else and go prove himself somewhere else. Like, he can't. For me, he's the type of striker that can't be at a top club. He can't handle it. He can't. And you know what else he needs? It's like when I think of him back at Fiorentina, the guy was wicked. And I think he made that jump way too soon. Maybe he needed another year or so at Fiorentina, but obviously money's money over in Italy. But again, he just hasn't hit those heights. He does get enough goals, but he doesn't contribute enough when it comes to leading the line. Like, if you're going to be like a pure number 9, you're going to have to be banging in loads of goals, become top goal scorer. You're at Juventus. Like, it's the biggest. Well, I think it's the biggest. Is it the biggest or one of the biggest out of Inter Milan and all that, AC Milan? Well, out of the top 3 giants that's over there, you've got to be hitting numbers for them, man, especially in the Italian league. But I'm seeing that they're willing to get rid of him for cheap, and he's willing to take a pay cut. But that's just rumors. Like when you deep it, if he's going to be something stupid, like £50 million, it could be something that you might have to take a chance on. But How much are you willing to put wages on that? I don't think it's worth the packet. Not me, anyways. That he'd be the wrong player to go and get over there. You know, you see Kola Moani. I think he went back to PSG, if I'm correct. He went over there, and I feel like he showed him up quick, real quick. So if you're now going to look at some options for striker, hopefully it's not Vlahovic. Don't bring him. Bring the other one. The other one is the one I want. You know, to be fair, he's the one that's going to be definitely cost effective and probably got a point to prove. He wants to get back into that Brazilian national side. Better get a move on, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You better kick yourself up the backside. Stop crying over your missus, your ex-missus. She's not that good looking anyways. She's mid with all that slop on her face. And you move on in it. That's it. Go prove yourself back in the Prem. Go get yourself another little honey. There's bare of them. Trust me. You go out now in Birmingham, Douglas Luiz. You'll find another 500,000 flipping Alicia Laymans out there. Better. How about that? How about that? You'll find some 8s, 9s. You know, they don't have to kick ball. You know, actually, how about this? Don't need to go Birmingham. If you're listening to this, Douglas, Manchester's full of everything you need in terms of if you want women and desires. It's up to you. You know, not for me personally. You know, I've been there, done that. Don't want to ever do that anymore. No, don't say not Birmingham. You just ain't touched ground too much. You're not even touchline facts. You're not even speaking facts. But Brum is full of bare babes. Like, anyways, not long story short, Manchester's there, man. The girls are they're more welcome. They're open arms. They got better personalities than the one in London. How about that? There you go. Find yourself a new girlfriend, man. You can be happy again. If you need a girl to make you happy, Manchester's the best spot. Just saying. Oh, and don't get me wrong, Liverpool's just over there. It's over the road. Over the road is Liverpool. It's only half an hour away. Not that far. You know what I mean? It's a good time. You know, Birmingham's not. It's an hour back. Yeah. Just saying. But anyways, Douglas Luiz been linked with Man United. It's again, you have to take it with a pinch of salt because this is the same one that was talking about United apparently approached Edison, but that was from a different journalist. I never even really saw this journalist, but someone said you should listen to him. I was like, all right, let me give it a go. I linked it and I just saw the comments, went through it, and then I thought, you know what, let me talk about it then, because the way I'm looking at it is this is prime opportunity for Manchester United. You know, you look at what's out there, cost effective, wages, you know, optional as well. I know they want an obligation, but if he's already got Premier proven experience, you know, Pellegrini is one thing. We spoke about Pellegrini a lot earlier, but if you're going to go for another one, you go and get that one. He's the 8 playmaker that you need, a bit of a box to box, you know, remotely athletic, I'd say as well, gets about the pitch nicely. Not exactly, I don't know, Richard Rios type athletic, but enough. Like, he's definitely not a scrub. And that's exactly where I'll be looking at with Man United at the moment is, you know, if you're going to build this Portuguese, Brazilian core, then I don't see why you wouldn't go for that. Because if they do want Sancho, maybe you do a deal there and leverage that. You know, they might take Sancho on loan with an option. You know, maybe they can sort out their wages there. If Vlahovic is looking to leave, then surely they go that way. Why are you saying that, Mbumo? Why did you do that? Brother, I was just in mid-flow, yeah? I swear down, if you don't give me the correct source and I see Rudy Galletti, you're holding a 10-minute ban. I swear down on my life. Let me know which one it is. You better speak up because I'm hovering over your name right now. Don't get me excited for no reason. Yeah, you're gonna. There we go. Time. Where's the timeout? Timeout. Put user in timeout. You know what? Hold 5 minutes. Love. Hold 5 minutes. Don't ever on a Saturday night when it's absolutely caking 30 degrees outside and you're gonna raise my blood levels like that by screaming Mbumo because you see fucking Rudy Galletti. You absolute no. Anyways, hold that for 5 minutes. Listen in the background. Back to Douglas Luiz. I don't know about you lot, but I think July's going to be rampacked with a lot of more sources, isn't it? It's going to be rampacked with a lot more sources in terms of like different links to different players, and I think United's going to have definitely like a list of midfielders. But right now, I'm still trying to work out who and what the flipping midfield's going to be. Like earlier, I don't think Pellegrini makes sense. He's not the athletic type that, you know, that I think Ruben Amorim's requested. So I actually, you know what? It's not that bad. But he's got the Prem proven by the age and so forth. I do believe that he's going to end up maybe back at Fulham, innit? He's going to go back home. Someone's going to take that chance, and I don't think it'll be United. It's a bit too slow for my liking. Even though having a destroyer next to Bruno is pretty much everything you need. I feel like I think with Bruno, the fact that I don't think he's the greatest at first phase, surely, like, I don't think Pellegrini is going to be, he's not the worst at it. He's still good at first phase, I suppose, but he's not really his special. It's not his specialty, not for me. So I kind of rubbish that one off. I do think he's probably on the list just in case, but you don't really need a taller version of Ugarte in the side. But I'll take him, but I don't think it's going to be that. I think Ederson's the dream, but until we see sales, and right now, like, obviously we see the Sancho Napoli's breaking down because, look, they can pay the fee for him, but they can't actually go and get whatever, like, wages. It's always going to be a wages problem with a lot of these players, where you got Anthony at the moment saying he'll take a wage cut. Love that for him. Love that for him. Go do that, but make sure they pay the money up, because this Real Batista that they're trying to put to over us, yeah, how about no? So on that notice, we'll see what happens there. I think things are progressing, but it's kind of obvious at this point. All these teams are waiting for to roll over the July financial year. So I think like we'll hear a lot more probably by the end of next week, right? It'll probably warm up. Not next Monday, the Monday after, and we start getting this club's talking to this player, that club's playing to that player. That's just a self-belief. Doesn't mean it's actually true. But when I think of a list, Ederson's probably top priority. Can't get him at the moment. Not yet anyways. I feel like if there's opportunity, I think United are still eyeing that one up to be the one that they go and secure if the summer goes the way they do. But on the other one on the list, I think Douglas Luiz is actually a concrete player. This is something that tells me that is, you know, he's not that far. He's like far down the list. Like if there's 5 players, he'll probably be in the middle. The other ones are like, you know, Hayden Hackney's and stuff. What we could, I would take a punt on Hayden Hackney, but it's just like, for me, I look at it and think, does United really want to go and bank their season on a potential signing that's 18 years of age, going on 19? Wicked player, by the way. Actually, you know what? Is he 18 or is he 20? Might be a little bit older. No, he's 22, to be fair, on a 22-year-old, because he was in a thing today. So, yeah, you're going to bank on a 22-year-old that's in a championship. I mean, they did it with Wharton. No, he's 22. He's just turned 22. They've done it with Wharton, so you might miss out on a deal. I don't think United want to miss out on the next Wharton. I do believe Hayden Hackney's there, but I believe he's down the list. Like, I do believe he's like 4th or 5th, and he's someone that they would want to bring on top with another player, if possible, if someone else leaves. I just don't see it happening this summer. I think he stays at Middlesbrough. I think we should take an opportunity on him. But do I see him as a 6? Definitely the 8, but I think he's a bit more of an attacking kind of 8 for me. He can definitely get back and contribute, but I don't know if his future lies in the 6. So that makes me there's a lot of gaps for United and this whole midfield scenarios. Like with all these reports, I'm just thinking, where are the other names? We need more names. Unless you lot have seen something that I haven't, then I don't know. Do you remember United would like in Hillman at some point? That's gone quiet. I don't want him either. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out who's up high on the list. And right now, the fact that it's gone quiet, it might be actually a good thing. Carrick recommended him to us. Yeah, well, good. So definitely take that recommendation. Watching that Dortmund game earlier, I was thinking of that Man United 02-03 away shirt. Which one was that one? The white shirt. They're wearing white earlier, Dortmund, isn't it? So the white with the black shorts. I don't know. Do you not trust? Do you not actually? Because I remember having this conversation with Said, and he doesn't want to bring him. He wants someone that's good now, like that's been having a good season. Would you not take Douglas Luiz now? Like, are you not sold on him? Would you rather just wait and then obviously, you know, did someone unban you? Did someone unban you? Are you here after 5 minutes already? Lucky, bruv. You're actually lucky. If someone done that, if no one of the mods did that, how about this? I'll loan you back to the non-mods for a bit. Oh, Dortmund got the Vodafone. I didn't even know that. But yeah, I don't know. Do you not trust Matt? Do you trust Douglas Luiz? Does he sound like the ideal partner? Might have to hold another 5 minutes. Because when I look at Bruno, yeah, there's not many players you can really pair him up with right now that makes sense in my mind. I hate to say it, but you need someone that's like athletic, destroyer, clamper. And the one that comes out into mind is actually, I hate to say it because I think he's average, but it's actually that Amadou Onana. I don't feel like you have to. I don't like the fact that we're kind of, for this season, we're trying to build around Bruno Fernandes a little bit more. And I don't want that long term. So whoever comes, sounds like it has to be kind of short term, or they go and get their long term option. But a long term option isn't even available in terms of Wharton. So that whole DM perspective is kind of rubbed, anyways. And also the other one was Edison. I think United's top two that they want in the midfield to build upon is probably Edison and Wharton as a pair. I just don't think that's gonna happen this summer. You know, when we saw the price that Atalanta were quoting from, they were asking for like 60 million or something. Fuck, yeah. That's long. Everton will try to milk us for who? Everton? What do you mean Everton? You mean Crystal Palace? Yeah, I feel like in hindsight, yeah. You know what? It's way too early to say. Yeah, it's way too early to say, but I was hoping Bruno left personally for me, right? Because it's like we wouldn't have this problem right now. We could be doing everything that we needed to do and more. I don't rate Amadou Onana. I don't get the hype. I think he's mad average. I don't see anything great about him except ball recovery. So that's that. But yeah, not selling him is kind of. I feel like we could take a step back, but at the end of this window, we could actually be really satisfied with our team. That's why I don't want to jump the gun too soon, because we haven't seen, let's say, Mbeumo come over the line, let alone a sell yet, or 5. We need about 5 sells. At the moment, everything looks like it's going to be some sort of flipping loan. Rashford, no one's buying him, got no suitors. Sancho, no one can afford his wages. How the fuck do you even get rid of that? I wouldn't even send him out on loan without an obligation. Yeah, one that can't be cancelled. I'll just send him to Gulag and get him rot for a year. If you don't want to do it, rot in the bench for a year and let him go for free. Because every time you put a loan on someone that's got a year left, you can't actually get rid of them. I think the contract extends, if I'm correct. So it's like, because I remember this with Osimhen. So again, who's going to take this? Who's going to take this? Because you can't keep paying him 300 grand every year or 250 grand. But yeah, Douglas Luiz is much better than what we have. And I feel like we need someone else. Like, imagine having 2 players. Not only are they good at dead balls, like as in, you know, from free kicks, corners, penalty spot. So that helps if you ever did get to a cup final. But 2 players that can actually be progressive in one side. And hopefully that does work. Especially if it's from DM. I swear down, the first phase is needed so much. And we spoke about it earlier, and I said I like Toby Collier. Not a lot of you are in favor of Toby Collier when you can't even name me a bad game of his, right? Where he's looked absolutely poor. I think he's someone that's worth banking on for next season that can develop. But in terms of actually being a progressive player, Douglas Luiz and Bruno, you're actually moving up the pitch a lot more. A lot more. I see Rashford twerking for Barcelona. And I don't know why he keeps doing it, because they haven't chosen you, mate. They're going for Nico Williams. So I don't know what he's going to do. Your dream move's over. You know what? Probably ends up going back to Villa, probably begging for a loan there. I don't see anyone. You know, I'll be real. I don't think anyone's going to buy Rashford. I don't think it's obviously a wage demand. I think it's an ego thing with him. He probably feels he needs to be at a top club, right? And I just don't think a top club's going to come in for him, even though he's worth peanuts. He's worth peanuts. This is why you don't give wages like 180k to someone like Kobe Minu in case he does poor, and then you can't get rid of him because no one wants to pay those wages. That's the downside of all of this. Giving him that 300k Supermax pack after 1 good season and flipping like 9 years or 2 good seasons, it was stupid. I would love Richard Rios. It would cost nothing. See, that's another one. If you look at Richard Rios when it comes to intercepting, go watch him in the Club World Cup. He's been pretty much their best player in both games, in my opinion. Not flipping superior player of the match. Yeah, he costs what? 20? He's going to cost what? 18 million? When it comes to interception and tackle, guy's high up there. He's great. Yeah. I think he's an ideal option. But it's like it makes too much sense for United that we're not going to go do something like that. We were linked before, but I see Tottenham having the links at the moment. He's a good player, man. And if you want to build someone else that's a Brazilian, go and build him. Well, I feel like United's got too much PTSD if someone comes over from another league and they don't succeed or they need to adapt, where United can't afford to wait too long. I don't think the midfield option will be too bad in terms of waiting for them to land a little bit. It's probably more just if these fuckers up front can score goals. I don't think Pellegrini is trash. He's just probably at the wrong club at the moment. It's the same thing with Douglas Luiz. He's been trash. He's had the same kind of season as Pellegrini, by the way. He's gone out to another club, a top club, and it's not worked out. Simple. Just ain't worked out. Probably I don't know if they play the same way or play in a much. You'd think Douglas Luiz was going to bang on the Thiago Motta, but Thiago Motta ball was always going to fail. Remember all these tacticals telling me that United should have got fucking Thiago Motta because he done this whatever fucking Majinks kind of formation with Xerxes' old team and Bologna, and then he looks fucking shit because he can't get any goals out of his team. Yeah, Pelini the only issue with Pelini is just that he's getting a lot older. Douglas Luiz is like, what, 27? Is he 26, 27? Douglas. And I swear he's homegrown as well. That's why Douglas Luiz, again, makes sense for Man United if you want to get the homegrown. He's 27, just turned 27, right? He was in Man City's academy for a couple seasons. I don't know if he was actually classed as homegrown. Let me have a little check. Let me check. It might not be, you know, 27 because it wasn't that long ago. It was at Man City's academy about 8 years ago. 8 years ago, he was 19, so before his 21st birthday, he actually might be. He might not actually be. Why are you being a weirdo? Just get the fuck out then, man. Let me check. Does he count as homegrown or not? I don't know. He might not, you know. 2 years before. Trying to check because this could be important. Why Man United? It's kind of obvious. Doesn't actually say, you know. Is Douglas Luiz homegrown or not? I don't know if he is or not. Maybe he is. If he is, I can see why United might be actually be targeting him because it's the same thing with Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez was around for years though. Like he was at Arsenal, what, a good 15 years ago, right? When I think he joined their academy or something. So he would class as like, obviously he's been around since he was like 17, 16, something stupid like that. And if United are targeting Douglas Luiz, I don't know if United's got a big homegrown issue, but Douglas Luiz could definitely fill in that gap. I think he was at City when he was 18 or 19, so he might actually get the homegrown status. He was in their academy for 2 years before he got loaned out. So yeah, he could be actually a reason why United will look at him. I always look at United like getting rid of like Mason Mounts and everything. It's all good. You can have 17, well, obviously foreign players that are not homegrown, and the rest can count, right? And up to how many, I don't know. I think it's like 8 players, right? And I feel like you get rid of like Sancho, Rashford, for instance. That's two less English players that you have in your side. You're gonna have to replace that at some point. And then obviously you're looking to maybe loan out, let's say, the Toby Collies of the world. You're looking at maybe, I don't know what will happen with Mason Mount and Luke Shaw, but who knows? I'm looking in and around and all of that. It's like, does United have a bit more of a homegrown kind of issue going on? You know, out of your 25-man squad, I think you're allowed, or 20, is it 28? Is it a 28 squad? I can't remember. You have to have a certain amount. And I feel like over the age of 23, you need about 8. So in that bracket, I'm thinking, cool, I think we might have a small issue. Hence why I reckon we extended Maguire's contract and whatnot. And then, yeah, I'm pretty much gone from there. I think United have to keep that core there until they can solve that. That's why I think, and I kind of know that Walton will be Man United's #1 target going into next summer. Hopefully we have a good season and nothing's in the issue so we can go and get that target. Because, mate, imagine another year of no flipping Champions League football. It's like, I don't think anyone's going to believe in United. I think this is probably pretty much one of the final years where United can go and attract top quality in the league. And I think this season was just one-off blip. I'll be honest. I think we're on a ticking time. It's a ticking time bomb at the moment. You need to prove, like, this manager and this board and everything. They got to prove that, you know, they're moving forward and moving up. Because you got to convince these players. Otherwise, we're going to have to go for scraps and rubbish. That's it. I don't think Gyökeres is 80 million. I think 80 million is extensive. Do you mean in euros? I think Gyökeres is 10 times the player Vlahovic is. I wouldn't go nowhere near Vlahovic. Not for me. I think he's rubbish, man. Doesn't offer much. At least with Gyökeres, he's powerful, he's strong, and he's got a much better finish. Gyökeres might, because he was at Brighton's academy for a while, but I don't know. Let me check. He was 19 when he joined, so not classed as homegrown. There was a sell-on clause. No, he's not. Maybe not then. I think he was only there for a couple years. Kamara and Rios. I don't know. You're so obsessed with this Lamine Kamara, innit? I see he's quite good at progressive play, but I feel like we've got a bit more of a... I feel like I feel like we got a bit more of a different issue than that. Yeah, I think so. I think United. I think he does. I think he might join at 18 with all of that. I'm not too sure. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it myself. Yeah, hit the likes as well, people. We're like 24 off of 100 at the moment, and I'm actually boiling. You should get. I like Norgard. I actually do like Norgard. I don't think Mbeumo will need a friend to help him settle in though. But I like Norgard. But I don't think at the moment trying to deal with Brentford's kind of struggle enough. Trying to get Norgard while they're losing out. I don't think so. I like him though. I think he's definitely underrated. It's the same thing with Sanderberg. I really wanted Sanderberg, but we didn't get him. Decided to get Ugarte, which made no sense. Like in terms of like the kind of player that we needed. What? Norgard is too small and weak. Well, the only thing about Norgard is he's just a lot older, isn't it? What is he, like 30 now? And Norgard's 6'1". What do you mean about small? You're probably thinking of Yanel. Between Douglas, Polina, and Louise, who would you go for? I'm going for Douglas Louise all day long. I like Hinchel. I see Hinchelwood, wingback. I hear it. And you know what? It's funny. We just got so. Apparently, I don't know how. I need someone to help me out here. Yeah, this Sean Connolly, and I see other YouTubers that obviously talk basically what I do. Right? I've seen them mention this guy called Sean Connolly, and I've seen his name pop up quite a lot recently. And apparently, the wingback that United appreciate the most. Yeah, is that actually the one that we got linked before, that Roger Fernandez? And when I tell you, this guy is rapid. Oh my God, he'd be the fastest player in our team, without a doubt. And I feel like with Man United, we lack that little something with me, yeah. Roger Fernandez, very young, definitely got a lot of potential. Winger, he's more of a winger, definitely nowhere near a fullback. He's definitely a winger. So it'd be like that one. He looks like he likes playing off the right. And I feel like United don't have that cover yet over there. You know, we've seen Dorgu and whatnot. So again, it you know, never say never. You know, United probably should aim for a left wing back more than a right hand side because Dorgu can play both. He plays for Braga, and they're not tipping him to be exactly expensive. I feel like United should aim for the other side. But Roger Fernandez, I think there's one thing that we lack, right, in Man United's overall team is a lot of pace. You know, I know you get Cunha and Mbeumo and maybe a striker that's got pace, but I'm talking about outlet pace as well. You know, if you're talking about down the flanks, I feel like Ahmad's quick, but he's not Roger Fernandez quick. And on the other side, I like Miguel Gutierrez. I'll take him. I really like him a lot. We're not going to go for that, though. I don't know why. But it's just like with Roger Fernandez, one of his qualities, I'm not going to sit here and say, is he this or that? Like, is he, you know, the guy that's going to make United much better? Or is he, like, what is it about him that you like so much? I don't sit here and watch Braga. You lot could probably tell me more than me. But when I've seen these clips of this guy, or you go watch, I don't know, you might catch the odd game. Braga play in a lot of different competitions at times. You've seen him play against Benfica. If it's on TV, you're going to watch it, aren't you? This guy is quick. I think he'd be a good option. It would be a great option even, especially when he comes to 1v1s. He likes that, you know, cutting back. I think that's more of his specialty. I think he needs to work on shooting. His shooting is not the greatest at all. But again, it always comes back down to that left-hand side. I feel like Dorgu needs help. Like, really does need help. I don't think he can manage the left-hand side by himself. I think he actually might be better on the right. So going again for the Roger Fernandez, when you kind of say, okay, Ahmad's my guy there might be a point or not. And on this tweet, or allegedly from whoever said it, he said he can pretty much say that Man United appreciate Roger Fernandez the most when if it's going to come down to his like wingback situation. We've got to be going looking at the left. I thought that the left-hand side is probably the weakest. When it used to be our strongest, it's now the weakest. I think the right-hand side's got a lot more going on. So again, it's like our targets are a little bit all over the place, but it's only this sort of information that's getting leaked out. But how much is it going to cost? Braga, it is Portugal. They should sell for cheap. You know, like, how concrete is that? You know, if you buy him, he's not really a left-hand sided player, is he? So Ahmad's going to be playing all those games. If you're going to go look at him because you appreciate him the most, he's not going to be in your starting lineup. So he's just on the bench. You don't need first team 11 players. Unless he can play left wing. Let me know what. Let me have a little scout on him. Roger Fernandez. All I see him is on the right. So he can play left. How many times has he played left? He's played left back as well. That's interesting. They're saying 22 million euros is current market value. Is he a left winger though? It doesn't actually say how many times he's played on the left, but his main position is definitely the right. And also, I here you go. Look, do you know why this doesn't make sense again? He's from Bissau. So that's another AFCON player. I imagine you go by another player. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't have nothing against AFCON players, obviously. It's just, when you think of United's whole right-hand side, imagine him going to Bissau because he's got to play the AFCON. Not saying he's going to go very far. I don't know if Bissau's got a great team. Guinea-Bissau's got an amazing team. I don't know if, actually, you know what? Who does he represent? I could be wrong here. Does he represent Portugal or does he represent Guinea-Bissau? Because if he's Portuguese, that's fine. All right, cool. He's in Portugal under 21s. I didn't even see him today. He must have not played. He had his debut last week, though, innit? All right, he plays for Portugal. Love. Don't matter then. Go for him. Go for him. If he's cheap, go for him then. If he's that cheap, you have to go for him. I can't do these other players that are, that are AFCON, that represent AFCON teams, country, sorry. Imagine, I thought he played for Guinea-Bissau right now, yeah, because I'm on the transfer market and whatnot. And if he done that, yeah, and you lose your backup to your main, we've been double fucked. But if he could play on the left-hand side and United say, you know what, I think he's good at that, then I'd say go for him. But I just don't want to scout wrong again because Dorgu's still up for grabs. I don't know. I don't want to judge Dorgu too much. It doesn't look like he's going to be the knight in shining armor that's going to carry Man United to the glories again when you flipping got, when you don't know if he's better off the right or left and he hasn't exactly shown much. But that whole Man United side is shit. When Teo Hernandez is literally sitting there for peanuts, why is he no other team going? Why are we not going in for him? Is it because it might be Champions League, He might just want Champions League or something, or money. But this guy's a right winger. I don't really want a Stupinan. I see a Stupinan links. I do and I don't. Like, I'm not mad convinced, but I wouldn't say no if he's cheap. I think Dorgu's actually a left. I'm going to be honest. At the moment, he looks like he's a left back more than anything else. Yeah, my house is like, right now, what I'm in is definitely baking. I don't even know how I'm doing this stream. At this point of time, I'm going off. You know what? Quenda, yeah, looked quite good when I saw him today. In the first half against Netherlands, they even lost. I can't believe they lost. Like, it's that quick 1-2, blah, 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 like, take on your man. Like, Quenda definitely, you know what? After watching him a little bit more, he looks like he's going to develop into quite a good winger. But Roger Fernandez is quite similar to him. So I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. But we definitely need for me, the thing is with a Stupinan, he seems a little bit more defensive, like Dorgu, first thought, than if he's going to be attacking. So if United are going to go get a wing back, I think United right now, why Stupinan don't make sense for now, as much as maybe the next player, is because we need a winger, Ahmad. We need another Ahmad. Am I the only one thinking that? Because if Ahmad comes off, I feel like our flanks, they're weak as shit. It is weak. Like, it's too defensively. It sounds like a five-back more than it does. If someone said, okay, I'm going to give you Dorgu and a Stupinan on both sides, I think you're playing five at the back. Do you know what I mean? It sounds like five at the back more than it does 3-5-2. I want to play 3-5 or 3-4-3. I want to play that formation. I know, but I remember others saying they didn't want Mendes. Remember when others were saying Nuno Mendes, why are we going for him? He's got injury, he's injury prone, he's got 4-5 assists only. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. He won't start. Why would he start the low? I doubt he start the low. What's this? How much is he on? Yeah, I agree. Enes. I agree. We need the left-sided play is the most important one for me right now. God forbid I see the low start against Arsenal. God forbid. I know Ahmad will start there, but God forbid I see the low on the left-hand side. Oh my, I will lose my absolute shit. If you bought Dorgu and he's our guy, you go and fucking use him. You go and use him. Yeah, he would never come in here. It was probably agent stuff. What's he on anyways? Roger Fernandez. He's probably on some cheap wages as well. I don't think it's even going to say, but I'm going to double check it. Right, what does this say? with all the... Oh, can this all fuck off, please? It's not coming up with anything, but trust me, I doubt he's on. I think their biggest earner at Braga is on 35k and then it drops to 22. And this is, we're talking euros. So he's definitely not going to be on that much money. It's going to be peanuts. The wages over there are peanuts. Well, Roger Fernandez sounds like he'd be good, like for against low block slightly, only because he's quite nippy, but he definitely sounds like more like a transitional kind of player. When you got pace like that to burn, oh my word. Have you not seen the clips as well? I remember when he was linked with him. He looked all right. He didn't look amazing. If you look at compilations as well, he don't look amazing. And that's all we can go off. We'll see what happens anyways. I want to see what happens tomorrow. No, Monday. I don't think we're going to get anything. I've got a feeling we're going to hear something about Mbumo again. I just don't know if I want to believe it or just take no. Maybe not even take any notice. Anyways, people, who can we go and raid? Who's live? Who is live? Touchline's live. Look at this shameless little bastard. This shameless little bastard. Probably came in here thinking like, oh, Cass is live. Let me go live. You probably redirected me. I will chance it. Well, guess what? You're right, you little fuck. Let's go raid Touchline, man. Don't see anyone else like that. Everyone else has got enough subscribers. Bar that, I'm going to be back maybe tomorrow night. I'm going to go football. So I don't know. Unless something mad dramatic drops, I've got to get for football West London for 2.